This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. Welcome to Emotional Mondays. Dr. Antoinette Brookins here, First Lady, pastor's wife in Fresno, California, licensed marriage and family therapist. And tonight, I'm not going to be long, but I do want to be clear, right? So, y'all know I have been in full rebrand mode because the Lord has been doing something mighty. He has been shifting us. He has been calling us to higher, deeper, right? He has been calling for us to abandon everything that's old and to walk into things that are new, right? Because we can't put old wine into new wine skins, right? And so tonight, again, I ain't gonna be long, but there's an urgency in the spirit right now. And if we are not sensitive, we will miss what God is doing in this season. We have been in 50 days of prayer, and I believe with everything in me that God is not just speaking, He is calling for a response. Y'all know I talk about this all the time, right? It's like we speak and then the Lord speaks and we listen, right? And then we respond to what the Lord is saying. And what that brings me to talk about tonight, right? Rebranding requires sensitivity. Being rebranded in God is not just a word, it's not just a theme. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, it was so small of me to think that rebranded was only for the conference, right? The Lord was clear when He spoke to me about being rebranded. He was clear when He said rebranded, when I was praying about the conference theme, right? But if I would have sat with it a little bit longer at that time, I would have understood that it was a whole life transition. It was a whole change that was about to happen. And not just for the conference, but for like everything, my ministry, my personal life, all of that being rebranded. And when I tell y'all, it feels good. It feels so good to be slave to the word. I'm going to use the word slave, right? To be submissive to what God is doing, not just in this season, right? But this is a lifestyle, right? So rebranding is a response. God cannot rebrand what we refuse to release. Some of us are asking God for something new, but we're still holding on to an old version of ourselves, like old patterns, old mindset, old ways of responding. And God is saying, I'm not just trying to update your image, I am trying to transform your identity. And identity transformation requires your yes, my yes, your yes. It requires surrender. It requires response. Now, here is where we have to be honest. Some of us are not missing God because He is silent. We are missing God because we have become desensitized. Desensitized by distractions, desensitized by comfort, desensitized by emotional overwhelm. Lord have mercy, I have been there. And when you lose sensitivity, you also lose timing. And timing in the spirit is everything. There are things that God is doing right now in this season that are time sensitive. This is not a casual season. This is not a play with it kind of thing. It's not a we'll circle back and kind of talk about it later season. This is an urgency right now thing. And God is calling women out of cycles, out of delay, out of wrestling with Him. Girl, ain't we tired? I'm tired. I'm tired, right? But not tired of God, not tired of the things of God. I'm tired of playing with myself, right? I'm tired of playing with the things that the Lord has said, I need you to surrender right now. I'm sick and doggone tired. How many of you are just tired, right? Tired of delaying things, right? Delayed response can lead to missed moments. And I've had too many missed moments in my life. And now I'm like, Lord, I hear you. right? My ear is to the wall. I'm trying to listen to what the Lord has to say to me in this season that transforms my life. That does not mean God does not love us. It doesn't mean that he doesn't love you, right? That does not mean that God cannot restore. But there are moments that require your immediate yes. And sometimes when we miss it, we miss it. He moves on. He looks for another willing vessel, right? And some of you already feel that. You already know that. You've been feeling the pull and you have been feeling the conviction. You have been feeling God tugging on you. He has been waking you up in the middle of the night. He has been showing you signs. He has been giving you visions. He has been giving you dreams. Right? He has been, been a little bit of anxiety happening because the Lord has been trying to speak. Right? You keep asking for more confirmation when God has already spoken. He said, I said what I said. And here's what I want you to understand. Sometimes your obedience is not just internal, it is positional. There's places God calls you to be. There's rooms that you are assigned to, that are assigned to your growth, right? There are environments where God meets you differently. And some breakthroughs are tied to where you decide to be. That is why I've been so intentional about this conference. I don't want to say this is not for everybody, but I want to say that everybody ain't going to respond because maybe, I don't know. But this is for the woman who knows God is calling her deeper, the woman who is tired of wrestling, the woman who is ready to be rebranded in God. And if you feel that pull and you want to hear clearly, right, this is time, right? Y'all, this is not pressure. This is not just simply an invitation. I've said this before, it's a clarion call. Can you hear God outside of this conference? Absolutely. Because the Holy Ghost homegirls, me and my ministry, we ain't got the monopoly on God, right? God forbid. But I do want you to ask yourself one question. Am I sensitive to what God is doing right now? Or have I become comfortable in delay? Because rebranding does not happen by accident. It happens through response. And peace often follows obedience, not before. So if God is calling you, don't ignore it. Respond. Respond. And for the woman who is saying, there's so many things that the Lord is calling me to do, and I can't seem to grab the one important thing. Man, this conference is for you. This ministry is for you. Because as the Lord is rebranding the Holy Ghost homegirls, God, he is calling us into so many different spaces. So many different spaces. It's bigger than me. I said that before, but now I understand with so much more clarity. It's so much bigger than me. It's bigger than Fresno. It's bigger than San Diego. It's bigger than San Jose. It's bigger than California. It's bigger than Nevada. It's bigger, right? It's bigger. We have women who are across the nation who are connected to Holy Ghost homegirls, and there's others who have not responded to the call yet. It's bigger. It is bigger. It's more than words on a t-shirt, right? It's more than that. It's total transformation. Let me tell you something. Just walking in the airport today, this was my sample design of the zip hoodie that I was getting made. I had to send it back because it wasn't what I envisioned. But this simple hoodie, as I'm walking through the airport today, eyes are plastered. They're looking, They're looking, they're nodding, they're responding, right? And I had somebody to walk up to me and said, I love your message. I love your message. Holy Ghost homegirls. Because it's a bold declaration. If you have not joined the ministry, if you have not been to a conference, if you have not joined the Clarion Call, if you are not a part of what I'm doing yet, I encourage you to get connected. The kingdom needs you. Because we are a body of radical believers. We are women who are sold out for Christ, who are saying that can't nothing stand in between me and the mission that the Lord has called me to. If you have a burden in your soul, if there is a press in your soul to be a part of something bigger, to be a part of something that the Lord has breathed on. And why I say that is because it is birthed in prayer and fasting, and it is fueled in the things of God. Because without him, we would be nothing. Without him, we would fail. It's more than just my ministry. It's God's mission. And I'm so grateful to be able to steward what the Lord has placed in my hand. And I'm humble enough to know I can't do it by myself. I'm humble enough to know that there are other born again believers who should be connected to this ministry to help walk this thing out, to bring people out of darkness and into this marvelous light. There are prayer warriors and there are intercessors. There are prophetess, and there are ambassadors, and there are apostles who should be connected to this ministry because of what the Lord is doing. There is a mighty shift. And when I tell y'all, the conference is just our meeting spot. It's just our meeting spot where we get together and we are sharpened, because iron sharpens iron, where we are sharpened and we are being formed, and then we are being commissioned. Will you join me? Will you be a part of what the Lord is doing in this season? Right? Because this season leads to life transformation. Some of you may say, but I ain't there yet. I don't feel powerful. The devil is a lie. The devil is an absolute lie. As a matter of fact, he is the father of lies. And so with that being said, your prayers matter. Come and be equipped. Come and be equipped. Come and be equipped. You are a part of the 200. You are a part of the 200. The 200 women who are assigned to this conference. You are a part of the 200. Listen, before this gets too long, I love y'all. I will put a link in the comments so that you can register for this conference. Whether it's a road trip, y'all get in the car and y'all drive, whether it's a train trip, whether y'all say I'm getting on a plane, be here. Be here. Originally, I said if you are in a 300-mile radius, but then you should be here. But you know what? I'm taking the limits off of it. Maybe you coming from further. Maybe Fresno is further than that, and you know that you're supposed to be in this room. We already praying. We're already fasting. We're already trusting God, and that's what makes the difference. Because we hungry and we desperate, right? Listen, I love you guys. We'll talk soon. Bye now.